Hey there, I'm Katie Cleveland, and this is Walking Together, a Christian parenting podcast. My education in early childhood development and social and emotional learning helps me to teach God's Word to kids each week, but I want you parents to be the main teachers of the faith to your kids. Join us each week as we explore topics that both kids and parents can use to build their relationships to God and with each other. Hey everyone, we're back with more on belonging and bullying on today's episode of Walking Together. What are the warning signs that your kid could be the target of harassment and bullying? There are signs that help you assess, but what you want most is that your child feels safe coming to you and being honest about it. In most cases, the child is ashamed or embarrassed and doesn't want to talk about it. They might even be afraid that you getting involved will make it worse. So, what do you do then? How do you make it better? Let's just start with some common signs of bullying. The first one is, are they withdrawn? Instead of being social or hanging out with friends and family, they're withdrawn. They retreat to their room. They don't want to talk much. And I mean in a way that you wouldn't consider normal for them. Your child might be an introvert and needing alone time might be normal for them, but they're doing it so much so that you feel like it's unnormal for their behavior, then I feel like you should ask some more questions. A second sign is they don't want to go to school. They fake being sick a lot, or they're making themselves sick, or they regularly have a meltdown right before getting in the car or on the bus. This is really a warning sign if before they loved school. And there are a lot of reasons for them to want to avoid school, but this is worth paying attention to. A third sign would be just classic signs of depression. Are they sleeping a lot? Are they not eating? Is their anxiety increasing? A lot of things can be the cause of depression. And if you're noticing these signs, maybe check in with the school and see what they're noticing as well. A fourth sign would be physical abuse, unexplained bruises, or even a heightened sense of fear around certain people. Also, cuts on themselves that may look self-inflicted. And last but not least, check their phone. Check their social media accounts. Like I mentioned in a previous podcast, bullying doesn't stop anymore at school. If your child is online, then the bully can find them wherever they go. This list could go on, but believe me, these are markers of knowing drastic changes in your child's appearance or behavior. So, what can you do when you see the signs? Well, first, talk to your child. Let them know that you care for them and you want them to be safe. Maybe start with open-ended questions and then narrow it down. Like, how was school today? How is your friend Molly? Where's she been lately? Is there anything bothering you? Do you want to talk about it? Even if there is high trust between you and your child, this can be a scary thing to talk about. Let them know that you will listen first, and then you guys can talk about it together on what should be done next. School involvement is also advisable. Your child probably isn't the only target, and the school might already have the bully on their radar. Start with one of the teachers that your kid feels the most connected to. The teacher can bring it to the principal and the administration if it is necessary, but choosing a teacher that they trust and makes them feel comfortable will help them to come forward. So what if the school won't do anything about it? I have heard horror stories about this, and in extreme cases, like the child would take their own life due to bullying. If the school can't meet your expectations, then consider that this may not be the right school for your child. Sometimes schools are well-meaning, but they don't always have the staff or the resources to help. Your first priority is your child's safety, and if they need to be taken out of school, do so. If they need their phone taken away, do so. Counseling with a Christian counselor is also advisable as well. This is where I want to point to the professionals for help. Sometimes we need outside help for support, and we're going to best find that in professional Christian settings. All of this advice you can probably find anywhere online, But here's what's going to make it different coming from a Christian perspective. This is very important. Remind your kid that they are loved by God and by you. This needs to be their foundation before the bullying starts. When they truly believe at their core that they are loved by God, it will protect them no matter who tries to put them down. The devil will try to convince your child that they are unlovable, but we have the Word of God as our sword and our shield. The more time we spend in His Word and in prayer together, the more we can see through the lies of this world. Here is what I want you to talk about today with your kids. How do you know that someone is making you feel something that is untrue? Or maybe phrase it this way. When someone makes you feel worthless, how can you remind yourself that that is untrue? Kids, I am here to tell you that you are a beloved child of God. Know that this is most certainly true. This is Katie Cleveland with Walking Together, a parenting podcast. Join me next time for signs that your kid might be the bully. See you later.